I have spoken with several great Hall of Famers from that era. They all told me that he was the greatest offensive lineman ever. That was their opinion. And I've never seen anybody execute better than he did with such enthusiasm and such love of the game.
Offensive linemen didn't get that much credit in those days, and Dick, he was really well respected by the people who played against him.
Starting for Detroit will be right guard number 63, Dick Stanfel.
The Lions drafted Dick Stanfel out of the University of San Francisco in the second round in 1951, when he was 23, after a military stint delayed the beginning of his college career.
He had been an outstanding player during the 1950s with the Detroit Lions. He was the only offensive lineman who was selected as the MVP of a championship team in 1953.
The tough-as-nails Stanfel anchored the Lions' offensive line at right guard on 2 championship Lions teams in 4 seasons. His toughness so inspired his presenter, Marv Levy, that he eventually hired him as a coach at the University of California in 1963.
So I knew he'd been an excellent player. I knew other coaches who knew him. They all spoke so highly of him that I wanted to interview the man, and certainly did. His work ethic certainly was fantastic, but this guy was a great athlete as well. Once they hired him as the coach at the University of California, sometimes he would demonstrate to our players without a helmet, without shoulder pads, how to trap an outside linebacker, and he not only blew them away, he blew me away watching. He was fantastic.
After 4 seasons in Detroit, Stanfel was traded to the Washington Redskins as part of a blockbuster 4-team deal. Stanfel played 3 seasons in Washington and remarkably earned first-team All-Pro honors in each of those final 3 seasons.
When I got the Bears job, Dick was coaching there with the Bears, and I had an opportunity to do whatever I wanted to do. I could have brought in other people, but he was the first guy that I made sure we kept. Dick was special, and he related to his players. They loved him, but he got the best out of them. And he made them understand, you know, teaching football sometimes can get complicated, but he never got it complicated. Here's the guy you got to block him.
Dick Stanfel, beyond his great teaching ability, his great playing ability, was a person of high character, great family guy, great sense of humor. He was fun to be around. I could go on and on. Yes, he belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Stanfel was named an All-Pro 5 times, the definition of elite, at a position he revolutionized.
We don't play the game or coach the game initially to be in the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is a reward that's given to us afterwards. Dick Stanfel has earned that reward. He should be in the National Football League Hall of Fame. There's no question about it, in my opinion.
7 years, 6 of those years, the only one he didn't go to the Pro Bowl was the year that he was injured so badly that he couldn't go. All-Pro all those 7 years. Been selected as the guard of the decade in the 1950s. And I'll take it a step further than that. I think he's the guard of the century. A guy who was a great teacher, a guy of high character, a great individual. He was a credit to the game. His bust belongs here in Canton. I am honored to present Dick Stanfel for enshrinement into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.